Everybody, welcome back to the basement. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are checking out this. It is the Union Pacific Katy Heritage unit, and it's the newest release of this model, and I'm not the first person to have this on my layout. By the third, fourth, or 100th. I'm pretty late to the game on this one, but I picked this up from my friend Landon over at Berkshire Station, and he's got a great selection of locomotives there for sale. And so he hooked me up with one of these because these were really hard to find when I finally decided to jump into the game and try to find one. And so these are really, really nice. They've got some upgraded sound, some upgraded features as well compared to the original release of these many years ago. Now, there's been a few releases of these heritage units. We're back to the original cab number of 1988. We've got some great detailing. We've got the PTC antennas on the top, which the originals did not have. In fact, give me 1 second. All right, look at that. 2 for the price of 1. Now, that's not quite the case. In fact, this is the original release of the Katy Heritage unit from Lionel. You'll notice the roof does not have the same detailing as this one. The vent fans are just red as opposed to black. So there's definitely some more detailing on the newer version than the old one, as we would probably come to expect. Now, this unit, I picked this up. I actually bought it before York, but picked it up at York from my friend Kevin Quinn from the TCA. He had this. He's more into standard gauge, and he decided to sell it to me for a really good price, but it is not perfect. In fact, this has some pretty significant cosmetic detail issues with the shell is not completely solid down there on the body, and it's got some pretty big cracks and things like that. So this thing has been damaged, so I got it for a really good price. So there we go. We've got both Katy Heritage units on the track now. We're going to get some close-ups to see what similarities, what differences do we have here. Now, again, this one's used and damaged. This is the original release. The one closest to me is the newest one from my buddy Landon at Berkshire Station. Check out his site. He's also Notch8 on Instagram, so you can check him out there too. Really awesome guy, and does have a booth at York. So if you go to York, you can check out Landon's booth. Now, the PTC antennas are positive, train control antennas are new, some great detailing, and we've also learned over the past year that Lionel's added some new diesel sound, especially those idling sounds to these newer locomotives. So really excited to listen to that on the new one. We can also compare some of the sounds from the new one to the old one, since we've got both of them here, so that gives us a little bit of an advantage. So we'll do that, we'll run this thing around the layout, and then I've got to figure out what to do with my old one. Do we give it away? Is that a 10,000 subscriber giveaway? Be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Let's listen to these things, and we'll get to that later. Now, as I mentioned, this new version does have some newer features. So it features Bluetooth. It also has the IR sensor underneath. So if you have Lionel sensor track, makes programming these things really, really easy. You can also use it to control your layout a little bit. So I'm starting to use that IR sensor, and I find it really, really handy. So that is nice. We've got, obviously, that detailing I had mentioned before. And some
Here's a view of some of the details here. So we have the older unit here in front. So you can see just kind of the roof details there, pretty minimal. And then if you look at the newer version, we've got those PTC antennas up top, which are pretty cool. That's definitely a neat look. Other than that, we scanned to the back here. There's not too many other differences. The fans here are obviously painted red, where the fan guards are black on the new version. Other than that, the details are pretty much the same. If we come down, look at the truck detailing. These ones are a little bit more of a flat silver, where the newer version are much more metallic. I think they're using more of that flaked metallic paint that we saw in the Acela, is what we see on the new version.
All right, so here we have the newest release. It's got these fantastic paint scheme where with the kind of the chevron stripes along the side, and then it merges just into the red. We've got beautiful Katy logo, and then proud heritage, powerful future, Union Pacific logo here on the back. We've got the MKT, which is the Missouri, Kansas, Texas, or the Katy, which was purchased by the Union Pacific in 1988. Now, the Katy had about 3,700 miles of track, I believe, or 3,300 miles of track that went through Missouri, Kansas, and Texas. So it was a great addition to the Union Pacific already pretty significant rail line. Now, and we are happy to have this one here on the layout. We're going to compare some sounds now. So this one and the new one, if we scan over, they look pretty similar, right? Now, obviously, we've got some pretty big damage happening on that guy there. So it's better looking when we turn it the other direction, actually. But for sounds, we should be able to get the same types of sounds, or the sounds rather are not damaged on the old one. So we should be able to get a pretty straightforward test. So let's go ahead and listen to some of the sounds on the newer version first. So let's go ahead and start this up. Now we know these startup sounds are significantly better on these new ones. So let's go ahead and give them a listen.
Dispatcher, error is made. Brake test complete. Are we clear to pull? Over. Hold your position. Out.
So pretty good, but they don't have road-specific sounds. Let's take a listen to the older one. Let's listen to the old one. Crew talk?
This is 1988. Can I go? Over.
1988. You're good to go. Over.
Copy. 1988 is cleared outbound. Out.
All right, so I think crew talk, yeah, that's a point for the old one. We've got road-specific crew talk. We've got a different dialect and sound there, accents from the conductor and the engineer. Let's listen to the horn. And the bell. And ramp up the RPMs. And shut it down.
1988 here. I'm shutting this train down. Out.
So that's pretty close. I don't know, what are your thoughts? Which one do you think sounded better? If I had to guess, I'm gonna go say idle sounds on the new one sound really good, and startup sounds. Crew talk wins hands down on the original release. So you think they still have that sound file, they could just put it in the new one, but this is what we get. They do look really nice though. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching this. I hope you enjoyed this video on the new Heritage unit and the old Heritage unit. And hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We're going to run these things around the layout to wrap this one up. Leave me a comment. Which one do you think is best? Obviously, we've got some cosmetic detailing on the old one, so maybe just take that out of the equation. Sounds, which one do you think is best? So thank you all so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button. Let's run these things around the layout and enjoy.